All right, guys. We're back at it. We're going to be multiplying and dividing rationals, section 2 and topic 4. So this is fairly simple stuff. There's a lot of ways you could approach this. You're going to be expected to reduce things. I always go ahead and start reduction automatically. You could get 15 over 48 and reduce from there. You divide out of 3 on the top and the bottom. Let's see. The problem with that is you tend to like get kind of stuck sometimes, like I am right now. You know. So what you could do though is to divide out of 3 on the top. I get a 1 right there and a 2. Like so, you identify any common factors, and then you go from there, and I get 5 over 16. So same answer, same answer. So over here, what I could do is I could divide out that 3 and divide out, and I'm left with 2x's right here. So if I rewrite that, I have 1 over 8x times 5 over 2x. I get 1 times 5 is 5 over 16, and x times x is just x squared. Let's look at number next. Fairly simple here. No like terms in these groups, so I get to end up with this 3x plus 6 times the quantity of x minus 8 over x minus 8 times x plus 6. And if I notice, there's 2 groups that are exactly the same, because I missed it at first. I don't know how, but that's how I would combine it. So if I took these out, I cancel these, right? I end up 3x plus 6 in the top and x plus 6 in the bottom. So you definitely have a chance to like clarify and rectify, I guess is a better way of saying it, mistakes. So what happens when we are multiplying 2 groups side by side? I'm not dividing anything. So what happens is you have 4, and then your exponents, you add them if you're multiplying them at 4x to the 8th. Same thing here. I have 4. 4 comes out the front. The coefficient comes out front. I have x to the negative 5 plus 3. And this is just some exponent rules right here. And we never want a negative exponent. If it's negative, it needs to flip to the other side. So in this case, it's going to become a fraction and go in the denominator. Let's look at number next. I'm going to cancel some things. I have x minus 2 in the top. I have x minus 2 in the bottom. So I can cancel those. Those are the same. And then I end up with x plus 1. And notice I'm using parentheses here because there's 2 distinct groups and x plus 2. And you can actually square these 2 groups, or you could write x plus 2 times x plus 2. So what happens when we are dividing 2 rationals? Well, the second one flips. It flips. So this becomes 3 over 8, and you multiply. You end up with these 2 canceling. Divide by 2 here, get 3. Divide by 2 here, get 4. And I get 9 over 20. So I'm going to flip. And I get these 2 canceling once again. I get 4 and 3x. So I get 9x over 20x. And x's cancel. So you got to be careful there. 9 over 20 once again. Let's look at this one. Second group flips over. So x plus 6 goes into the numerator. X minus 8 goes into the denominator. These cancel, and I end up with 3 over x minus 8. All right. Last portion. What happens when we're dividing 2 groups? Well, first I can simplify. I get 1 over 6 right there. Times, let's see what happens to these. My rule is always subtract. When you're dividing, you're subtracting. and you always subtract from the bigger side. So I have an x, the bigger side is going to be up top. So I'm always going to subtract those exponents from the bigger side. And I get 1 over 6 times x squared. It might also be seen as x squared over 6. Number next, this becomes 5, and I'm going to subtract from the bigger side. So x to the 10th minus 7 equals 5 over x cubed. Here, let's go ahead and flip my groups. So second one, I'm going to flip, get x minus 2 times x plus 2 over x plus 5. And these x plus 2 groups cancel. I'm left with x minus 1 times x minus 2, and you can square it over x plus 5. And it's always safe to put parentheses in there. And that's all she wrote, guys. Next class, we're going to have a warm-up and then work on simplifying some more fractions, complex fractions this time. Have a great day, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you.